All right, people, OTAs are in the book. So let me give you guys my 5 biggest takeaways from OTAs. So if you guys are new to the channel, what is going on? Y'all, Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please do hit that big red subscribe button down below. I promise you, you will not regret it. And make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, guys. And as always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so as I mentioned, OTAs have wrapped up. And a lot happened during OTAs, and I got a lot to talk about here. Got a bunch of notes to go over, and we've got mandatory mini camps coming up. So it's rapidly approaching, people. The season's going to be here before we know it, and I cannot wait. So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. All right, so some of my biggest takeaways from OTAs. This is no particular order, so let's start just from number 1. We've got the Justin Fields to DJ Moore connection. This connection was growing all throughout OTAs, man. Like you saw, if you're on Bears Twitter, if you're on Twitter in general, you saw the clips, right, going viral of Fields to Moore and this just connection, this chemistry getting established. And you love to see it because this is the time you want to get that chemistry right between your new wide receiver 1 and your franchise quarterback. So you love to see that. I mean, it's honestly become a seamless fit, a hand-in-glove fit between these two, and I cannot wait. I think they're primed for a big year. Like, I think DJ Moore has the capability to help Justin Fields make the leap that Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen. Like, that type of leap here. So, this is great to see. And OTAs, again, it's just OTAs, but you saw the chemistry. You saw the passes in the end zone. Like, Fields and Moore are rapidly getting on the same page. All the Bears players see it, coaches as well. Like, this connection is going to be scary, and I cannot wait to see it come around when the season starts. All right, so let's move on to the second takeaway here. Tyreke Stevenson, he's been starting at the outside corner spot. So Tyreke Stevenson was the rookie we drafted in this past NFL draft, and I had mentioned to you guys in a previous video that I think he is the guy that's going to be taking that outside corner spot opposite of Jalen Johnson, because we had a clear gap there, and Kyler Gordon's more of a nickel cornerback. So to me, made all the sense in the world, and I think come during the season, he is going to be that guy. Now, again, we got to get through training camp. We got to get through a bunch of these things here before the season starts, but I think all signs are pointing to Tyreke Stevenson being that guy opposite of Jalen Johnson. I just don't see any other competition. Like, I don't think Kendall Vildor could do it, or any of these other guys here. Terrell Smith, maybe, again, he's the other rookie, but I think he's in the lead right now, Tyreke Stevenson. All right, so that's the second takeaway. Let's move on to the third one. Another positional battle here. Lucas Patrick, he saw reps at center. All right, now Cody Whitehair has kind of been like penciled in as the starting center for the Bears. It's really the only position alongside the offensive line where I believe it's a question of who's going to be the guy, but I think it's wide open. Like, I think they're going to go ahead and go with quote unquote the hot hand, if you will, with Patrick and with Cody Whitehair. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Lucas Patrick got some reps at center. I think they want to try both and see, what's a better fit, who's a better fit with Fields. And the center spot is so important because it's all about comfortability with the quarterback, because you want to make sure, again, the snaps that you give to the quarterback, it's right where the quarterback wants it, right? And, Cody Whitehair had those issues with those high snaps. We know that. I think he's cleaned it up, but I'm just saying to you guys that I think this is more wide open than we think. All right, I think people were assuming that it's just going to be Cody Whitehair's job to lose, and I don't think that's the case. I think Lucas Patrick is going to give him a run for his money, and I think we'll see this kind of come down to the wire heading into training camp and going into the season. All right, so that's the third takeaway. Number 4, the Bears defense, man, it looks solid. Like, it looks solid in terms of especially the linebacking core. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, these guys are making plays all over the field. I think Tremaine Edmonds had a pick on Justin Fields, or excuse me, I think maybe it was PJ Walker, but he had an interception, and TJ Edwards has made some nice plays as well. So this linebacking core, which was awful last year, is going to be much improved. And I think the Bears defense overall is going to be much improved. I know it's not going to be elite or anything like that, but trust me when I tell you there's a big difference between being absolutely horrid which is what the defense was, to being respectable, right? We're talking about the interior of the defensive line being beefed up with our draft picks and with our free agency acquisitions. We're talking about the linebacking crew, obviously much better with the free agent acquisitions. Even the secondary, right? We drafted a couple corners. We've got Jalen Johnson. Really, the only spot is the edge rusher spot, which we've talked about a million times by now. But I think you should still see a market improvement, even if you didn't address that spot, and we still have time to address that. All right, so that's the fourth biggest takeaway. And the fifth biggest takeaway to me is the running back room is kind of wide open. Khalil Herbert has kind of been taking reps as the starter, but all bets are off, right? When it comes to training camp, like it could be Dante Foreman, it could be Roschon Johnson. Like I think this is going to go down to the wire into training camp, and we're going to see who emerges from this core of running backs as the guy come during the season. Now, it very well could be a committee for the Bears, a running back committee, and I think that's what it's going to be. And my money is on Herbert being early down back. And then you're going to mix in Dante Foreman, probably on those third and short situations. And the Roschon Johnson's slowly going to start to take over. And I think he'll be the starter eventually back end of the season. I think he's just got too much talent. So to me, Khalil Herbert will be the RB1 on paper. And he will get those early downs. But Foreman's going to mix in, and then Roschon Johnson's going to mix in more on passing downs as well. He's a great pass catcher, and I think eventually his talent outshines both of them, and he ends up taking the starting job. But yeah, this could be a full-blown committee right away or certainly later on in the season. I think there is a lot to still be taken away from the running back room, and this is going to go throughout training camp. So those are my 5 biggest takeaways from OTAs, people. It's going to be so fun, man. I can't wait. Mandatory mini camps coming up. Like it is right around the corner. Right around the corner. We're going to have the season starting. So I'm excited. I'm hyped. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know some of your biggest takeaways from OTAs. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.